I told ChatGPT, build me passive income machine. No money, no product, no audience. And what it gave me might just replace your 9 to 5. This is what happened when I let AI take the wheel, and it's kind of wild when it does that. So everyone's flexing AI this, passive income that, but let's cut the fluff. I'm a real world test person, and I told ChatGPT to act like an entrepreneur who's making $10,000 per month and map out an income stream that runs on autopilot. And also, no budget, no BS, just hustle plus AI. So the prompt essentially was act like a 10,000K per month solopreneur. Build me a passive income system using only free tools and AI. And I provided this prompt in the bottom in the comments as well, or the description if you want to just try out something different or similar. But here's the exact game plan that ChatGPT gave me once I provided this prompt. So the first thing it brought out was to pick a niche. And this is something that people obsess over. For example, I picked the niche of AI tools plus money because if you watched previous videos on my channel, I speak a lot about building money online. And obviously, in the current trends that are happening, there's a lot of AI components, and I myself use a lot of AI tools. So on that basis, what I did is I asked ChatGPT to help me to create content which would be around specific scripts, for example, for YouTube videos that I might work on in future, blogs, and everything relating to marketing or creating my brand that basically talks about building online income. The third was essentially looking at the design element. So, for example, YouTube thumbnails that are going to be effective, and obviously something that I could create very quickly, but obviously was like professional and obviously free because it's something I needed to do quickly where I didn't need to outsource it to someone. So I basically asked it to design everything in a way where it would give me prompts for Canva, which is a platform I use for designing those images. And then when it comes to looking at, how I would launch this, the suggestion made by ChatGPT was to look at platforms like YouTube and Medium. Now, YouTube is probably the more common platform that I use, but depending on what it is that you want to establish in terms of your reach, you could use any specific platform. The next step essentially is how do we monetize whatever it is that we're providing? So we can monetize obviously through affiliate products or affiliate links to specific tangible products. In my case, I promote a particular platform which basically helps people use digital marketing to build their own brand. And you can also get access to that if you want to see the free blueprint. You can see a link provided below or obviously in the description as well if you're interested in that. And then the next step was essentially to create a bonus item where you obviously would be building lists as time went on of people that were interested in your content. So what we often refer to as an email list of our subscribers. And that obviously through an email marketing campaign, once we started providing offers or providing valuable content, it would allow us to obviously start printing money on demand once people start buying there. So taking everything that ChatGPT gave to me, what I did is I followed it, and here's what I basically built in just 7 days. So day one, I picked my niche, as I mentioned. The niche was AI tools plus money. So essentially looking at how I could use AI tools to make money online. Days 2 to 3 was to get AI to write 3 faceless video scripts. Now, what I want to stress here is that this could be very good for people who are not very comfortable being on video. Whereas there are those who obviously would love to make video with their faces there, but you can obviously tell ChatGPT to create prompts that are both for faceless and face-based YouTube channels. So that's what I did, as well as also asking for it to be giving me something as a blog post. And the reason is because I want to create certain reach within a week where I create perhaps 3 different videos around the niche, as well as a blog post so that I have different forms of organic traffic. Then on day 4, I created all the designs and visuals in Canva. So I spoke about, the YouTube thumbnails, any specific images that relate to the topic, that I could include in my blog article. And the reason that's important is because that also affects your SEO score. So creating all of that in Canva, ensuring that there was uniformity in terms of the theme, that really helped me. And then day 5 essentially was I published on YouTube the specific videos. And in terms of the blog article, this is something that I put on my official blog. So you'll see the link as well for my official blog at the bottom. Day 6, this was about looking at monetizing the content that I was putting out through the AI tools. And I obviously focus on specific affiliate marketing offers. As I mentioned already, there's a specific offer that is a primary offer of mine, which you can obviously look at again if you're interested in that. But depending on what it is that you're looking to promote, you could also use this to monetize, for example, an e-commerce product or something else that you're promoting, which is not really an affiliate marketing based product. And then day 7 was basically to set up a basic email funnel. Now, by the way, ChatGPT did most of this 90%. So what this really is doing is creating a process whereby what seems like a complicated kind of workflow for creating money online using AI is not really complicated, because it creates a lot of shortcuts that will help you to obviously be more efficient when it comes to your work and what you're producing in terms of your output for being an entrepreneur. And the craziest part about all of this is, and I think this is the biggest thing, is I didn't spend a cent. This was basically built with $0 and pure AI muscle, as they say. So every step I've mentioned essentially was me going through ChatGPT to certain prompts using the free ChatGPT platform, by the way. You could, of course, use the advanced version if you wanted to. But for something like this, it's really not necessary, because the free version really does give you a lot of valuable content as well. So now let's talk about the results. So here's what really happened, and this is where the juicy part comes in. So firstly, was there any sort of traffic that was coming in through the content that I was producing? Yes, there was. It was coming in drips and drabs, but it's a process, because obviously as time goes on and the content gets more reach, the traffic will organically increase. That's why they refer to it as organic traffic. Were there any clicks on my affiliate products and offers? Yes, there were, because obviously if people, now remember I had mentioned that there was an email flow. So if people were reading my emails after they signed up for, let's say, whatever free offer it was I was giving them, they would be naturally interested in what it was that I was offering the email. And hence I had a few clicks. Now that's important, because that helps you obviously to create certain tags or segmentation elements in your email autoresponder. So in future, if you want to send something very specific where you've seen certain people having an interest on a particular niche, you can send them a relevant product for them to have a look at. But the biggest aspect here is the momentum. So I've now started a process, laid a foundation where I know that if I repeat this process, even if it means doing it for a different niche, I'm going to start building momentum on a regular basis. And from that, obviously, build more leads coming into my offers that I'm offering, and from there, eventually converting into sales. So the bottom line is, I'm obviously not yet a millionaire, but what this kind of outlines is that this machine is now running while I sleep, as what we often refer to as an automated business. And that essentially is passive income, right? And that's what we're looking for, in a passive income that you're earning while you're sleeping. So here's what I essentially learned from this process. So AI isn't just a tool. It's really almost like a full-blown business partner. And if you're not using different AI tools, including ChatGPT and other various tools that are now out there in the market, you really are missing out in terms of being more efficient, being more cost optimal, and obviously just being more productive, because now you can do a lot more with things that AI is able to take over. Hence why you could see it as a business partner. And the biggest thing I think for me is, especially as a sort of small time person or player, or let's say, for example, someone is a small YouTube channel, the barrier to entry is gone. You no longer have to be someone that is well resourced in terms of having a lot of money, for example, to spend on traffic. You have absolutely no excuses. So anyone essentially that has access to all the various AI tools, and most of them are free to use, and a majority of the free options are really great to use anyways, there's no reason why you can't get something like this going. So if you're not using AI to start something right now, I would say you're already behind. But the good news is that you can still catch up. And I think I've laid out a blueprint in terms of how you can do that. By the way, if you want advice in terms of how I can help you build your custom AI income machine, just drop a comment below. I'm happy to get on a call with you or something that will just help you get guidance. I do charge a small fee for it, but we can discuss what works best for you, and I can definitely help you with that. And of course, if you want to receive more information in terms of more about AI and areas around AI tools that I've worked with, let me know as well. There might be elements that you're looking at. And out of interest, I did make a video recently where I spoke about obviously how you could make a certain amount of income per day from YouTube. You can watch a video right here, and that'll give you a bit of context of how you could apply this particular process so that you can obviously start becoming someone that is producing money on a regular basis.